My mother-in-law looked down on me when I said I worked in construction, not realizing that she was actually working for me. At 25, I started dating an amazing guy through a mutual acquaintance. We had been together for a year when he thought it was time for me to meet his parents. His parents are project managers in the construction industry and work for the same company. I was a bit anxious to meet them, knowing they had a reputation for being protective and quite critical. My boyfriend spoke of his parents with much affection, but also with the caveat that they were naturally protective and somewhat traditional regarding the expectations for their children's partners. At 25, and immersed in the construction sector as the leader of my own company, I understood the importance of first impressions, especially when it came to people who had a significant influence on the person I loved. The meeting started off well. We found common interests and shared anecdotes about our experiences. However, the atmosphere changed when my profession was mentioned. When I mentioned that I also worked in construction, my mother-in-law immediately assumed I was a laborer, which I did not correct. My intention was clear. I wanted to be appreciated for who I am, not for my status or financial achievements. The conversation became tense when she asked more about my professional life, even touching on the topic of my salary. I replied that I earned $15 an hour, emphasizing that it was my passion for my work that guided my choices, not my position or salary. She showed some disdain, saying I wouldn't get far with that mentality, before praising her son's career as a lawyer, noting that he earned twice as much as me, insinuating that I should be the one responsible for supporting the family. Her tone was full of condescension, as if a woman's worth was measured solely by her ability to financially support a household. My boyfriend, noticing my discomfort, intervened firmly, defending my career choice and criticizing her prejudices. His stance touched me, strengthening my affection and respect for him. He asked her to stop the rude behavior. She laughed and then apologized, though without sincerity, admitting they had crossed the line. Despite the awkward apologies, the damage was done, and the atmosphere remained tense. I kept my composure and changed the conversation to another topic. As we were leaving, she mentioned the possibility of us meeting in the construction field, given our common ground. With a smile, even though the situation was an opportunity to reveal my true identity, I chose to remain silent for now, preferring to let things unfold naturally. I agreed, saying the construction world is small. Once in the car, he apologized for his mother's behavior. I assured him that it didn't bother me. Then I took out my phone to reveal a surprising piece of information. From the beginning, I told my husband that her last name seemed familiar to me, and that's when I confirmed that his mother worked at my company. My boyfriend, always eager to keep the peace, apologized several times for her behavior and asked me what I planned to do next. I reassured him, saying it was no problem at all, and that his mother's contribution to my company only increased her value in my eyes. This simply meant that she was a valuable asset to me. A few days later, his mother called, asking him to bring lunch to her at the construction site. He saw this as an opportunity to try to improve the situation and suggested I come along. When we mentioned that I was with him, her desire to see me added a layer of apprehension to my curiosity. Sensing his hesitation, I held his hand and reassured him with a smile, saying everything would be fine. Sitting at an outdoor table at the construction site, the wait for her arrival was full of anticipation. Her offer to show me what she did as a project manager, while giving me advice on how to succeed, was ironically touching. I listened with respect, nodding at her experiences and evident passion for the work. She spoke with such enthusiasm that it was impossible not to admire her dedication. As we were leaving, I expressed my gratitude for her sharing, praising her dedication and knowledge. Her smile, directed at a young and ambitious person, marked the perfect moment to clarify things. My tone became more confident as I told her there had been a misunderstanding about my role in the construction industry. She looked at me perplexed and asked what I meant. I laughed nervously and confessed that I was the owner of the company she worked for. Her initial confusion, followed by deep embarrassment, was palpable. Her apologies were sincere, and I graciously accepted them, emphasizing the importance of not letting titles influence our relationships. Her offer to make amends by inviting me more often, and even for family vacations, was an appreciated gesture. My boyfriend felt guilty, wondering if my intentions were to test her reactions. I reassured him, saying that what mattered most was getting to know each other beyond prejudices and positions. The situation strengthened our relationship, but he still struggles with the fact that his mother changed her attitude towards me only because of my position. For me, what matters is that we can all move forward with authenticity and mutual respect. It's clear that the path won't be easy, but I believe this experience will help us build a more solid and true foundation for our relationship.